Is the Anime Vanguards Update 9 even close to being releasing? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, because I actually have some information that can potentially be useful in determining whether or not this update is even close to being releasing. So without further ado, watch this entire video and you might have a better idea on how close this update is to actually releasing. Alright guys, just so that you guys know, man, this emote is killing me, man. But just so you guys know, our goal is to eventually get to 100k subscribers, and I decided that when trading releases, I will be giving away a unit. Now, which unit? Yeah, that's for me to decide, but I will be giving away a unit when trading releases. I'll be doing a bunch of giveaways, so if you want to be part of that, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Our goal is to eventually get to 100k subscribers. So without further ado, subscribe and let's move on with today's video. Okay, so how close is this update to releasing, actually, right? Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to determine everything. We're going to be actually getting some information. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is first determine when the first update took place, which the last update took place, which was 8.5, and that update actually took place in 17 of last year, right? It took place of 17 of last year, September 17 last month, and then after that, we got this announcement right here: AV isn't going anywhere no matter what, which is basically talking about the copyright strike. Now, just so that you guys know, the copyright strike actually affected the JJK units, a bunch of other units, but also the copyright strike basically made it so that they had to remodel all of their units. Now, just so that you guys know as well, the anniversary update has been in the works for over 3 months because of how big this update is. As you guys can see right here, Picep replied to, "We're never releasing this much stuff in one update again," which is the Bleach update. And then they're talking about it right here, laughing about it, because they're basically insinuating that they're going to be releasing as much stuff, if not more. This is literally their biggest update, which is why they actually have been working on it for 3 months now. I have the screenshots for this, and they're going to be in the monitor or in the screen right now. And essentially, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the copyright strikes actually made it so that they can no longer release units that are not original models. So basically, they had to remodel 12 out of their 14 units, which means that is a very, very big deal, and that is the main reason why Anime Vanguards Update 9 got delayed. Now, another screenshot shows that the time it took them to actually get these models approved by lawyers, which basically what that means is these models they went through lawyers to essentially be able to make it as close to the actual units or characters as possible without it being copyrightable. So an example of that is Wonder of You. We already know what Wonder of You will look like, and he looks not exactly like the Wonder of You, character, but it looks as close as it possibly can be without it being copyrightable. Now, we know that it took them 2 weeks to get these units approved. So if we're gonna do the math on that, 2 weeks, that essentially means that from 9/18/2025, September 18, it probably took them around 2 weeks, which is going to be October 2, 2025. That's basically when they got finished with these models. But actually, I actually don't think they started getting these models, lawyer approved on September 18. They probably also had to make concepts, so it's probably not going to be September 18. It's probably going to be somewhere closer to like September 25 or something like that. So we can probably assume that they probably got these models lawyer approved somewhere around October 5 or October 8, somewhere around those time frames. And again, the screenshots are in the screen proving that what I'm saying is not coming out of my ass, but is actually statements from developers, testers, and even sometimes owners, right? So basically what that means is that, after they got these, models lawyer approved, they are probably now getting them actually made, right? And that's the one that's taking a long time. We know from the Anime Vanguards owners, or I don't know if I have any screenshots of this, but we know from the Anime Vanguards owners that the models are actually the one that's taking so much time, right? The Anime Vanguards owners and developers have always kind of struggled with the models getting made because they want these models to be as high quality as possible. So again, these models will probably take the longest time, right? And since there's so many units in this update, right, if you check the sub announcements, there's over like 24 total units. Obviously, there's only 14 actual units, but 27, as you guys can see right here, because some of these are probably going to be Evos, some of them are not going to be non-Evos, but potentially, these guys are probably going to have different models, right? Non-Evos are probably going to have different models from the actual evolved characters, which is very possible. And that's why there's probably these many units. So you can basically assume we can basically assume from the screenshots and information that we have that they only started working on the models somewhere around October, right? Or somewhere at least around the end of September. They couldn't have worked on the models before the end of September or, October. They started somewhere around that time. And judging by how many models they made, it's probably one of the reasons why this update is taking so long. So, another info that we can see is that they actually already have most of what they need. You can even see that the VFX for the Over Heaven is already literally done, but the model is not done yet. What does that tell you? The models aren't done for these characters yet. Even for the Doomslayer sneak, the model is already done, but the actual character, model isn't out yet. Even for Silksong, the UI is done, but the actual model hasn't even been sneaked yet. Right? There's just so many units that they want to, make as high quality as possible, and so many original units, and that's why it's taking them so much time. Now, for the last bit of information that I want to share, and this is just recently, literally just about a few hours ago, I've been asking Volk about this. Thank you, Volk, man. This guy right here is literally the only reason every sentence he posts on content creator chat allows me to survive another day. Thank God for this man's life. But yeah, he basically kind of stated that there might be another round of events, and basically what that means is there might be another round of events, essentially. And basically what that means is that the update is probably at least a week or two away, right? Probably no longer a month away, right? It's not gonna be releasing in December. Probably no more than a month, but maybe a week or two away. That's the most concrete answer I can give you, which kind of does fall in line with what I said earlier or in my previous videos about the release date, that this update is most likely going to be releasing somewhere around the end of October or early November. That's really where I see this update releasing, which is the end of October. I see it releasing around that time frame, the end of October, which is actually the one that makes the most sense as well. Maybe around October 27 to around maybe the early November, something like that, right? So I'm actually thinking somewhere around this time frame right here, maybe early November, and at the earliest, maybe somewhere around October 28th. I pray that it's actually October 28th because that's literally the best case scenario that we can have. But basically somewhere around that time frame, right? October 28th to maybe somewhere around November. That's literally as close as it can possibly be. And yeah, this video, again, it might be a yap session, but I genuinely believe that there are so many people out there that are tweaking out that Anime Vanguards hasn't updated yet. And Anime Vanguards right now is actually only at like 19 or 21,000 players. They haven't been this low in players since like update 7, I believe. Ever since update 7.5, their player count was just all the way up there, and now it's back to low numbers. And it's not even because of them, to be honest. The reason why it's so low right now is because they basically got cooked by copyright, right? So yeah, this is genuinely just unfortunate on their part. And yeah, I basically talked about the release date. It's not that far anymore, but it's probably still like another week or two of waiting before this update. But again, just like how Volk said, there probably might be another round of events. Whether these are going to be new events or, just genuinely these events right here being cycled, like Shining Sun or Reading Rifts, right? Whether it's just these events being cycled again and again and again, or them actually adding new events, we don't know. But all I know is that it's probably going to take like a week or two more before this update releases, which is the most accurate possibly prediction out there. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.